Hello, friends of Ludu. I'm Sergio Bravo, and today I welcome you to this LudTalk, a quick way to share important information with you about a safety and health topic using virtual reality. Today we're going to talk about fall protection harnesses. I'm putting on the goggles, so let's get to it.
A fall protection harness is a piece of safety equipment used in many industries and jobs, such as roofing work, the telecommunications sector, confined space work, construction, the electrical sector, and work with aerial platforms. It's designed to safely stop falls by distributing the force generated across the strongest or least vulnerable parts of our body. It consists of main straps designed to stop the fall and secondary or connecting straps, whose purpose is to keep the harness from opening and to distribute the forces properly. It must have, at a minimum, a fall arrest ring located on the back or chest. In this case, it has a dorsal ring and two front rings that together form the chest fall arrest point. It may also have two lateral rings used to secure yourself to the structure and work at height with your hands free, and even a ring at the waist, specifically called the ventral ring, which is mainly used for vertical work, that is, access and positioning techniques using ropes. The harness can also include gear loops, which are these right here and, as the name suggests, are used to hang tools or materials. You must be extremely careful not to confuse them with the other rings, since the strength of the gear loops is much lower than that of the rest of the harness. There are other types of harnesses commonly used in sports, which generally would not be the most suitable for working at heights. The harness must always be inspected before use and thoroughly checked at least once a year, following the manufacturer's instructions. To do this, we will check the labeling and the general condition of the harness. If it does not have a label, or if the label is illegible or worn out, we must discard the equipment. If, when checking the manufacturing date, we find that the expiration indicated in the manufacturer's instructions has been exceeded, we should not use the equipment either, since the synthetic textile materials that make up the harness lose their properties over time. The most common are polyamide, a strong and elastic material used in the harness straps, and aramid, a very resistant material used in the harness stitching. We must be especially careful with chemical products like acids, as they can greatly affect the strength of the equipment. If the stitching is loose or damaged, if the straps have cuts or chemical stains, or if the rings are deformed or show breaks, we should not use that harness. The harness should be adjusted so that it allows us to stretch and move freely, but it shouldn't be too loose, since that could alter the distribution of forces, the final position in which you would be suspended, and it could even affect the genitals if the leg loops are not properly adjusted. It's also important that the subgluteal strap is positioned under the lower part of the buttocks for optimal distribution of the forces generated in a fall. The harness is so strong that it could practically support the weight of a hippopotamus. It has been tested to withstand more than 1,500 kilos and a fall of about 4 meters with a 100-kilo dummy, in accordance with the regulations applicable in each country. It should be noted that if a person falls and is left hanging from the harness while unconscious, they could suffer from a condition known as harness syndrome or orthostatic shock. It is potentially fatal because it prevents proper circulation, causing blood to pool in the legs due to the tourniquet effect created by the harness itself on the femoral vein, the inability to move the legs due to unconsciousness, and the lack of foot support while suspended. There are adjustable straps that are used if a person is left hanging from the harness while conscious, and they are used to stand up while waiting for the appropriate help, relieving the symptoms caused by the tourniquet effect and suspension. In short, the use of a harness is extremely important because it can save lives, but it must be used in accordance with regulations, applicable procedures, and the manufacturer's instructions, always keeping in mind that they have their limitations. How about that? Did you find this content interesting? Well, if you want to expand your knowledge, visit our blog, where we cover topics related to training, safety, health, technology. And to stay up to date with all the latest news, check out our news page and follow us on social media. We've left the links below for you. Best regards and see you next time.